pretty bad.
Just going to be a collector card.
Might have some potential.
Phenomenally underwhelming. It's got a really nice beginning of the game attack, but on a 2-price Pokemon it's too risky, and it's got a phenomenally underwhelming main attack. But I don't believe that this is the end of the story. It's not a good card, but if Meowth VMAX turns out to be amazing, you'll need to play this underneath it, so for that reason it might end up being really good. We don't quite have the info.
The Meowth promo, like I said, kind of fillery. And then the Meowth VMAX, obviously the first thing to note is that mammoth amount of hit points up here. We're pushing that 300 barrier, and G-Max Gold Rush does for 4 colorless, 200, and draw 3. 200 in this day and age will be knocking out Dedennes and 2-shotting VMAX Pokemon. So that's like kind of fine. Getting the additional draw is like good, but when you compare this to something like Charizard Breaks In, for example, where for those 4 energies they can tutor 3 cards from their deck instead. So ultimately this is just going to be a collector card.
Now this one is, I think, the worst of the 3 we've gotten shown so far. Yeah, it's nothing too special. I mean, you'd much rather just use Break Star if you're going to use any Pokemon that can be built up with Welder like this, because you get any cards you want. So, Meowth, straight out the gate, is definitely the worst VMAX card we've seen so far. And the normal Meowth is also pretty bad.
This attack is kind of okay. You know, it's a 2-shot. You get to draw some cards in the process, which is good. Being colorless means we have some flexibility in terms of how we can get powered up. So we can abuse things like Triple Acceleration Energy, since Meowth is in evolution. We can abuse Welder, even things like Malamar, Pikarom, etc. So there's a lot of flexibility in terms of how we want to power up this Meowth VMAX. And without seeing the entire Sword and Shield set, it's really hard to say, you know, how these cards are going to fit in. Card seems like it has potential though. You know, like I said, 2 shots everything, flexible attack cost, might have some potential.